Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard Cisneros at your service. Today I will be reading the March 27th Facebook post and making a few comments on it, and I trust it will assist both of us on our journeys. If the video is helpful, please be so kind as to like, comment, or share it. Thank you for that. Here we go. Merging into oneness. Unconscious as it may seem, you have made a spiritual commitment to everyone you are now in contact with, and they with you. You have chosen to work together in order to help each other let go of the ego's fairy tales of judgment and separation and merge into a oneness where only love and light reside. Therefore, when interacting with others, do not see their interests as apart from yours. You and they are one. Thus, the honest expression and example of your true loving nature will help them awaken to theirs. What else but gratitude could you have for someone who is a part of a process that is helping you awaken and merge back into oneness? Today, we make the conscious choice that whoever we meet is who has been sent to us to help us heal and unite with oneness. Today, instead of buying into the ego's need to focus on the separateness of our bodies, we will recall that we are much more than our bodies and focus on the sameness in our souls. The more we see others as ourselves, the more our circle will grow and encompass more and more people. Then, as we let go of any of the other remaining ego programming, of who our brothers and sisters are, our circle will grow to encompass everyone else. It is then, as we begin including those we once were told by the ego to exclude, that we will start recognizing that indeed we are all one. Imagine oneness. Imagine God, love, being all and everything. And love being symbolized by this light, this bright white light. And therefore, everything is love, everything is light. Now, there are parts within our own experience where we have blocked our awareness to this light, to this oneness. And so imagine little black veils floating around you. And each black veil is blocking a certain part of that light. And each black veil symbolizes a certain beliefs that you are holding on to that you value more than love, than light. And so let's take an example of, say, we're holding on to a belief in resentment, that our brothers and sisters are worthy of resentment instead of forgiveness and compassion and kindness. And so this black veil of resentment is floating around us. And because it's part of our energy, part of our aura, so to speak, then it weighs us down. And it's blocking the awareness to our true light. And so when we are feeling blocked, we, unconscious as it may be, make out a call out for help and healing to the universe, to oneness, to light, to help us unite again with Him, her source. And so our brothers and sisters, being an extension of this oneness, volunteer to bring this veil into the physical form. And so individuals who will bring out resentment, the idea, the belief in resentment in us, will come into our experience, into our physical experience, so that we're able to deal with resentment in a more physical, manageable way, that we can be better able to see what is separating us from oneness. Now it's not some supposed black flying veil. Now it's an actual physical being. But it's still resentment. Resentment from the veil blocking the light, and now resentment in the form of that physical being. But the physical being has volunteered to come into our life to help us release the illusion. And so we play around with the idea of resentment over and over again. and it keeps on burdening us. It puts a burden on us, and it keeps weighing us down because we're choosing to interact with our brothers or sisters through resentment. And because resentment is part of that darkness, it weighs us down. But we can only be weighed down for so long before we start to ask ourselves, is there not a better way? And so, day in, day out, we react with resentment. And then we start to get tired of that burden. We start to get tired of carrying that with us throughout the day, those thoughts throughout the day. We start getting tired of holding on to those thoughts at night and tossing and turning at night because we're thinking that resentment is more real than forgiveness or compassion or kindness and love, which are all expressions of that light. And so sooner or later we start to say, okay, let me try another way. Let me see that if I forgive a brother or sister, if I show more compassion to them, will my resentment begin to dissolve away? And it will. Because now you're seeing your brother and sister as who they truly are. They have volunteered to come here into the physical form to help you see that this resentment was not real. And so they are volunteering for you. They're here to help you align with your oneness. And then through your example of this oneness, help light the way for those beings who have come across your path. Because now when X or Y person does think that in the past would have caused a sense of resentment to you, now because you have gone through that process, now those individuals who act in the same manner, now they don't bring out the feeling of resentment in you. Now they bring out the desire for forgiveness, for compassion, for uniting with this light. And so now you're seeing your brothers and sisters no more as a symbol of resentment. Now they're a symbol for you to unite. They are a trigger for you to unite. So that past behavior that affected you so much, now that past behavior simply becomes a trigger for you to say, hey, wait a second. I've been here before. I'm not choosing this again. I've already had plenty of sleepless nights because of this. I'm now choosing forgiveness. I'm going to forgive and I'm going to find peace. And so those brothers and sisters who in the past you held onto in a negative form, now you thank them because they were a part of a process that helped you release this veil. And when this veil is released, more of the light comes through. And so more of those individuals who act in this resentful manner or in a way that might cause people resentment, now that does not block your awareness to the truth in you, to the light in them and in you. And so you experience more of this light. And those people now are part of this circle that keeps on growing. Because now your self-awareness, now that this light is shining in more places around you. And so when it does, then more people around you are included in this place. Now the people that were once separated from you because they caused you so quote-unquote resentment, now they're in the circle. Because now you don't see them through resentment. Now you see them through forgiveness and kindness and compassion. And gratitude for being part of that process that is helping you release resentment. And so now they come into the circle. And so now more people become part of this oneness, this light. And that's what you do with every other veil, every other belief that you're holding on to that you think is more real than love, than light, than oneness. And so every single being who's part of your journey, who's part of your day, that is bringing out of you some belief that is something other than love, than compassion, than peace, than forgiveness, than joy, than gratitude, then those people are simply physical manifestations of those veils that are blocking the awareness to your oneness. And so gratitude is your proper response to them. And when you learn that, they become part of this circle. And then your circle increases and increases until there's nobody left outside your circle. Because you have once again united with this light, with this oneness, with this all-encompassing love. Now you're part of this all-encompassing love. Now you see everybody through that. And now there's no more veils. All the veils have dissolved into the nothingness from which they came. And all that exists is oneness, light, love. And this is how you interact with your brothers and sisters through this light, through this compassion, through this love. And so let us simply do that today. Let us be grateful for our brothers and sisters who are bringing out these belief systems that right now we value more than love, because they're simply physically manifesting these veils that are blocking our awareness to oneness. Thank you very much. I love you very much. If you'd be so kind as to like, comment, or share this video, it would help with the listening process, and it might help somebody find this information who can use it someday. If you'd like to leave me a comment or a question, I will be delighted to try and offer a response. And if you can please subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would love to have you in that community. Again, thank you so much for your time. I love you very much, and God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.